It is the big question that everyone around the stadium will be asking. The fans be stopped, or New Zealand needs some road cones out there to try and stop the path. The England supporters, the England team going out and thanking their fans, backing up after day two. It's a good day's effort from the fans here at Twickenham. It is one of the great rivalries in world sport, New Zealand against Fiji on the sevens stage. And here we go again, and it is Fiji nudging the last 5 meetings, 3-2. We just last played in Singapore, 28-17. As we see the lineups, New Zealand short by 1 at the moment with Amanaki Nicole. So many options for Fiji. Carlton Anaforma, New Zealand captain, alongside me. There's some juicy matchups among these players.
Oh, right across both teams. You've got some young guys really stepping into the fold. You've got some older guys that have been leading by example. But the thing is, Ricky, who's going to be able to stop this Fijian juggernaut that just continues to set new levels? They're going for a three-peat. New Zealand, well, you just heard Rob Wickerman talk about it. It's all about the rucks, the physicality. New Zealand stepped up in that department. They know how to play Fiji, who are heavily supported here this weekend at Twickenham.
A sea of blue Fijian flags as they enter the ground at Twickenham. Sam Dixon and Tavita Dangunu leading out the two respective sides. So many times have they matched up against each other. 43rd time in a semi-final in the HSBC World Series. Look at Fiji, absolutely imperious. 21 tries so far in the tournament, and New Zealand, well, they've been equally as good. 19 tries, they've only conceded 7. A big turnaround from where they were a week ago.
What I like about this matchup, and always have iron sharpens iron. That's why these two teams, regardless of where they sit in the competition standings, always deliver a banger.
Fiji are on a 19-match winning streak at Twickenham. The two-time defending champions give their thanks to be out there. New Zealand with some young blood, of course. The Tokyo Olympic final, devastation for New Zealand, joy in Fiji. Early hours in the morning, down under, down in the Pacific. I'm sure the alarm clocks have been set and everybody is up with us as we get ready for Cup semi-final number 1. Fiji in the blue, New Zealand in the black. Waisia Nathalu for Fiji. Over to the left where the experienced campaigners await for New Zealand, and it's knocked straight into the hands off the kickoff from Voiviawa Nanduvalo. 9 seconds, if that. Fiji pounce.
Absolutely lethal, great read from Nanduvalo. Comes straight down on the New Zealand kickoff. They changed it at the last minute to create this one-on-one. Collier does well to get up and tap that back. It was actually tapped by Fijian. And Nanduvalo positioned himself beautifully to receive that tap down. No way Mugabe Black could stop that.
Fiji fans are bouncing. New Zealand rocked in the opening 10 seconds. What a sight. In full flight, conversion no good. 5 points to 0.
The perfect start for Fiji. They've been getting off to flyers. That's been their secret over the course of the last couple of weekends.
New Zealand very quickly have to regroup after that shot. They go the same way again. It's again down towards Collier, who this time will just bring it in cleanly. The veteran Dylan Collier for the Kiwis. First time in 3 matches New Zealand has conceded a try in the first half, but that's good meters up the middle from Joe Webber. Fiji have been tough and physical in defence too. Talk so much about their attacking prowess, but strong defensively too. Giving away the penalty though there, so New Zealand through. Webber will get a chance, and he's taken them on here. Joe Webber couldn't quite link up with Regan Ware, but it's come off Ware's feet, so it's play on for New Zealand. And here goes Kitty on a bye. He pumps those legs so well, and then just a little bit loose and furious with himself is Vi.
Yeah, in these situations, need to tuck and make the right decisions. Great break here by Joey Webber in the middle of the park. Just gets Fakuna Biri a little bit compromised with his body shape, and roll the ball back. Comes off a Fijian foot, so that's play on the Kitione Vai. Probably needs to lock this up rather than trying to give the miracle ball.
That's Nathungu stayed down. You would have just seen it just caught an accidental elbow from Vai as he charged through. It was part frustration, but part relishing the occasion.
Mark is here,
Vai. Fijian fans will drop that ball right in front of. Loved it.
Thank you. You as well, you as well.
It's been fantastic though, Kitione Vai over the course of this weekend in that black jersey. Really has stood out.
Bind. Set. Space.
Scrum inside their own 22 for Fiji will be fed by people Biki. Pressure comes on New Zealand, but they get the penalty driving up.
Come here, come back here.
It's a good shot of it. You can drive through, but you can't drive up.
Nothing will tap and go for Fiji. 5 points to 0. Nduvalo scoring inside the opening 10 seconds. Great tackle from Joe Weber, and he's got himself locked over. Yeah, play on. He looked up to the ref, who was going to blow him the penalty anyway. Wonderful work from Weber. Here's Vai again. We've already seen him try and power through one. Ball in one hand. Once more, Fiji opting not to attack that ball on the ground, letting New Zealand play. Where? Whistled to the ground by Saku.
Vantage over.
Here's McGarvey Black. Clever from Vai, doesn't have a lot of room to move, just keeps his toes in field, and then it's hacked away off a Fijian foot, so it'll be New Zealand's throw to the line out.
Fiji at the moment can't get their hands on the ball. New Zealand go quick here.
Here goes McGarvey Black, broken line. Fiji rounded him really quickly though. Ball popped up. Oh, it was
inside the 1 meter.
Yeah, coming around. Illegally so from Warasaku. Could have been dangerous though.
Use it.
100% it could have been. New Zealand dominating possession at the moment. 15 passes compared to 2 for Fiji. Fiji though had the lead.
McGarvey Black, New Zealand's leading scorer this weekend. Taps and goes. Weber. Dixon. It's a flat ball for McGarvey Black. Through the gap he goes. He's got Vai, but I don't think he's going to need him. Narohi McGarvey Black in the corner for New Zealand.
Set piece play from the tap from New Zealand. They take it to the middle of the field. Then Sam Dixon is the one that hits back right there off Joe Weber. That's McGarvey Black hitting from deep. They turn in the forwards of Fiji, and then he puts the boosts on. Narohi McGarvey Black really has elevated his play this weekend.
4th game in a row he's scored a try. His 6th of the weekend, leading point scorer over the weekend. McGarvey Black has been commanding for New Zealand. He can't convert his own try, so 5 points apiece, New Zealand and Fiji, with 2 minutes to play in the semis.
Yeah, they come with a specific plan, have New Zealand, to play slow, to try and attack some of them, the Fijian team, in the midfield rather than the edges, and when they do get to the edge, they look for the match-up with Kitione Vai.
McGarvey Black will go out into the bright sunshine of the right, where the tall figure of Dylan Collier will soar, but this lands in Fiji hands. Kamakavata, always a dangerous moment. Fiji, first time they've been back in possession really since that opening score, and that's a great strong carry. Nugget Nathungu. Saku clears. Fiji now looking to accelerate through the gap again. They hung off Nduvalo too much, and you cannot give him that much room. With that speed and acceleration, Nduvalo gets a second.
Oh, they're playmakers in the middle of the park. Ui Vaiawa. Nduvalo, look, he sees the mismatch from Collier, goes through, and he absolutely gashes them. No one in sight for New Zealand, everyone chasing, making it look easy. And he gets a double in this first 7 minutes of this Cup semi-final. Their efficiency, Ricky, it's just so amazing, Fiji. They don't need many passes to score points.
12 points to 5 now. Fiji lead just about half-time as Nathungu wanders back for the restart.
And they've restarted Faku Nabili on his near side of the field on Collier. The 2 kickoffs they have.
Instead they drive it low, long and hard to peg New Zealand back inside their own 22. Half-time is upon us. Brady Rush just losing his footing. Rather, it's Regan Ware, excuse me. McGarvey Black. Vi has been a real go-to. Again, just bumps. He's so robust and body's in motion, but they drag him back. Big Fijian players. Weber heaves an awkward ball, and this will land for Fiji in the Thongu. Risky, so risky, and the fans in the stands love the work of Waisia in the Thongu.
On the back of some outstanding defense from Fiji, cutting out the offside option with Vi, forcing Joe Weber into this long pass. It doesn't make it. The bounce of the ball just slows it all down. The defense is brilliant. That's a great tap back from Nandu Valo. And Waisia Thungu, he has been on point the last couple of weekends.
Jubilation, absolute elation. They love and ride every minute of this team. New players come in. These fans welcome them with open arms every time. And they are wrapped with the work of Fiji in the first half of this semi-final. 19-5, they lead New Zealand. Fiji in command of the first semi-final at Samoa against Australia. A shade under 12 minutes time in the second semi-final is the Aussies and the Samoans going through their work. Great opportunity for both of these teams to reach a cup final. Who will they play? Well, at the moment it's Fiji in command of New Zealand. First time really New Zealand's been behind all weekend. That's good work in the air from Joe Weber, and all of a sudden it opens up for Regan Ware with a little bit of footwork and a bit of acceleration. Just dragged down by Nandavalo, so quick. Open for Collier here with a step. Can he stretch, use the long arms? Weber can't quite catch up with it. Ball still there for New Zealand as Fiji's defence just scrambles and hustles and pushes them back. New Zealand, this is off the kickoff, off the restart after half-time. They need to be, you feel, the team to strike early in this half. Vi powers through one tackle, stopped in the second. Wow, Fiji, how they managed to scramble back and get this line set again, I don't know, but they're still there, still making tackles. Ball spills out the back for Ware, has to stop and change his mind as more blue jerseys swarm around him. Rush in a wrestle with Ngāwhungu, has to release it. It's going to be a penalty for New Zealand. Tap and go again. Collier to get on with things. Dixon direct, straight up route one. McGarvey Black, big wide ball, must be space and numbers finally for New Zealand, and Vi will put it down, spread the field. New Zealand strike first after half-time.
Exactly what Coach Clark Laidlaw would have wanted from his side. It all started from the kick-off. Joe Weber gets up nice and high and batters that back through the pod of Fiji. Regan Ware was the one who positions out beautifully. I thought he was actually over, but it was a great scramble from Fiji. That tackle there from Saturanga, I think it was, And in the end, just the weight of possession and numbers from New Zealand gets them back into this one. Now she's game on. A lot of hands on hips from both teams, Ricky. This is where it comes down to the mental part.
New Zealand's just rolled on some fresh legs. Caleb Pangito, leading scorer this season. He's out there. Leroy Carter as well, who's, boy, proved quite the finisher for New Zealand at the moment.
Semi Kunatani on for Fiji. Look out for him. He's had a fantastic weekend.
Doesn't mind a strike weapon off the bench, Fiji. That kick just goes 10 metres. It's not for Collier. Some room for Webber, just a little bit. That's all he needs, and he gets out on another at the off-boat for Collier. New Zealand are going to score their second in quick succession, and all of a sudden we are game on.
The restart again though, Ricky. New Zealand back-to-back take possession. Narohi Magavi Black doing fantastic work to make it contestable. Joey Webber got up the last time. This time it's Dylan Collier. Webber goes down the short side, a little bit of a slip from Dungungu. So that puts him in a scramble mode, and Joey Webber just so strong with the left hand, and Dylan Collier did all the fantastic work at the restart. Get some chocolates.
Magavi Black to narrow the gap to 2 points, does exactly that. 19 Fiji, plays New Zealand 17.
Fiji just need a kick off here. Just need to get this restart.
Black chips this one low and flat. That's going to be high shot from Webber. Just caught the shoulder of Mbalatha. Fiji with some ball in hand, really the first time in the half. Daungunu. Webber again busy and prominent. Oh, doesn't need a lot of room. Flag's gone up though. Almost thought he was away there, Rasaku.
Man, I tell you what, this is an out-and-out chess match. Both of these teams.
One off, one black.
Throwing. This. Oh yeah, just there. Good spotting by the assistant referee.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
I just feel, Ricky, this is a massive moment in the semi-final right
I
now.
want you directly inside, please. Hold on. Time on.
Roderick Solo. And Akila Rokoli-Soa out there for New Zealand too. New Zealand rolling the dice with the fresh legs. Here's Rokoli-Soa getting in a wee bit of a tangle with Webber, and then makes the most of it to go straight up through the middle. Fiji can't play at that and choose not to. Carter. Here's Tangito. Caleb Tangito on the hit. He was almost through the tackle, but did just enough to dislodge that ball. He was all for money in, Caleb Tangito.
Oh, and the Fijian player is down. He took a shot, just to the chin. Hopefully he's okay. He committed himself.
If you are jumping back at the breakdown, I won't whistle
A real
off it.
feature, hasn't it, this season, the Fijian defence. Undivalo has been fantastic. Yeah. The dual try scorer. The commitment shown by him to make that tackle on Caleb Tangito. Absolutely fantastic. Look at him here, Caleb Tangito. I like the way he backs himself to go, you know what, we're going to have mano on mano, but look, Nandivalo takes a shot on the hip, which is never nice. But he lays it out for his jersey. And that's all you can ask for. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
From both players.
It is a matchup that very rarely fails to deliver.
Sorry, here, come to me, was in the 5, sorry. Yeah, exactly, sorry.
Supporters from Fiji know it's going to come down to one moment. There he is there. Well, he saved his team, that's for sure. Fiji under pressure in their own 22, but this is where they're most dangerous, Rick.
Scored a try in the opening 10 seconds, then got a second. Fiji were up 19-5 at half-time. It's been all New Zealand in the second half. And they'll get a free kick here though, Fiji.
Early.
They'll be quite happy to go coast to coast. We know they can do it. Some fresh legs onto the field as well for them. And my Samoa, it's left there once again for Webber, who has really left an impact on this game. Here goes Rokoli-Soa down the blind side. Rokoli-Soa for the line to give New Zealand the lead in the semi-final.
Well, this guy has been a real closer off the bench, always gets in and amongst it. Look at him here, where the ball just pops out of the side of the ruck. Joe Webber collects it, they take it up the set up. Tangitau goes over the top, look, and they all go to the right-hand side to the defence. No one saves the left. My Samoa can't get there. Rockily saw with a heads-up play.
One of the guys who did the job no one really wanted to at the Olympics. 14th, 15th player, sat in a hotel for a couple of weeks, just ready in case they needed him, and went home. Now he gets an opportunity again on the big stage, and he's put New Zealand in front. Aquila Orokolisoa, 22-19 with 90 seconds to play.
You don't see that very often. 0 offloads for Fiji, but here we go.
Here's ball up in the hand. Oh, there's the offload they've been looking for all day. Nuthungu surrounded by black jerseys. They can't get him, or did they? Try not given. They will have to look at this. Nuthungu looks up. He doesn't look too confident. 3 New Zealand players will pick themselves up off the deck. Wow.
Okay, chicken try or no try?
Great chase, Leroy Carter, McGarvey Black, but I think this is okay. Nuthungu
I will work with my assistant.
put everything into it, and here I think this is going to be good. Oh no! There's separation, and then does he regather it before he gets it down there? Oh no, I think it hits the deck. McGarvey Black Carter.
I'm not talking to you when you talk together, so please do the same. Thank you.
Big moment in this tournament. Loses it there. There's separation.
Jeremy, I
No
have a
try.
Yes.
You can cut the tension in the air here.
I'm listening, Jimmy. Hold on.
Jeremy, I have a decision.
Jeez, it
Yes.
was an offload. Couldn't
The
done it. Here we
Fijian
go.
player has lost control of the ball and has not forced it.
Okay.
Therefore, restart with a 5-metre scrum. Black
5
ball.
meters gone for lost the ball. Okay.
Correct.
No try. Knock on. No.
Oh, geez, it was a good run, though, from the Thungu. Yeah. Kids aren't happy.
Left
Still under
of the
pressure, though, New Zealand. You know,
Close up.
Fiji will power up the scrum.
The offload from Kunatani. The run from
Crouch.
Nuthungu and the chase from Carter and McGarvey Black. But boy,
Binds.
McGarvey Black will feed the scrum under
Set.
real pressure. Less than a minute to play. New Zealand right in under their Gold Coast. Webber just hacks it downfield. Carter will be the one to chase Nuthungu back there for Fiji. But oh, the bounce. No, it's Tangitau into the hands. Just didn't quite sit up. It was almost gave him a surprise.
Oh, if he collects this is game over. Fiji through Nuthungu. Remember, he's the halfback. He's the one that having the track right across. He's just made a massive run. And he's kept his country in with a chance. Nuthungu right there, just that has put Caleb Tangitau off, just that little bit.
Number 8, off, please. Come off, huh?
What a semi-final here, Rich.
Well, Caleb Tangitau's mum is just
On
sitting
me,
down in
on
front
me,
of
guys.
us. She was almost onto the field with that run as her boy charged away. Look at Fiji, two-time
Eight black.
defending
Who's the
champions
eight?
here, 2018,
Eight black.
2019. Oh, what an effort.
19-game winning streak for Fiji at Twickenham, trying to go back to back to back. Biggest moment
Guys, I
in
have
this
already
tournament
2 free
right
kick
now.
against you.
Don't
Next
write them off.
time it's penalty. Eh? Crouch. Time off.
Any
Time on,
team.
sorry. Binds. Set.
Is going to be the one to do it is this side, Fiji. Lukiaro scoots away from the base of the scrum. Fiji pile forward. Rasaku gets away. Great hands, my Samoa. But just lost his feet at the same time, which allows New Zealand to regroup. Straight up through the middle this time. Tangitau with the tackle. Fiji powering forward. New Zealand locking in over this ball. They won it back. They just need to get rid of it. Rokolisoa, who's got the match winner. And for the 100th time, New Zealand will go into the final of the event. They have come from 19-5 down to stun Fiji.
Remember from last week, despair, not missing out on a cup quarter-final for the first time ever to kick back in London and make a cup final for the 100th time in the All Black Sevens. That was a mammoth semi-final.
Young guns stand together and have helped New Zealand home. Aquila Rokolisoa in the middle with the winning try. 22-19, New Zealand go through to the final.
Kitione absolutely outstanding, the young man. Leroy Carter getting their first taste of Twickenham final, and Fiji absolute despair. They started off the semi so well. The Rokolisoa definitely come on and made a difference.
The rivalry resumes. It does another round. This one goes in New Zealand's favour. There'll be more to come. Who will they play? One more semi-final to come. Rob Vickerman and Rupert Cox to talk you through it.
Men's Cup semi-final number 2. It is the 10th seed Samoa against the Aussie Sevens, who are 3rd seeds here in London this year. And here they come. Nick Malouf leads out Australia. Va Epelu Maliko at the head of the Samoan line. Samoa into the last 4 and in reach of a cup final, an event they previously won. 3 co-captains, Mataval, Maliko, Afasua for Australia, Nick Malouf, who alongside Josh Turner came up with the big play to get them to this stage. In the quarter-final, Adam Leal from England is your referee for this one. But we've just seen a quite brilliant cup semi-final between New Zealand and Fiji. New Zealand prevailed in dramatic fashion. 2 former champions here, though, of this event as well. Australia have never lost a London Cup semi-final. They've won all previous 6, and they're on a 7-game win streak on the series against Samoa. Rob Vickerman alongside, providing expert comments. We'll get his thoughts shortly, but it's Australia in gold, right to left. Samoa have possession. Skipping through is Maliko, the danger man. Matava.
You need to stay on your feet throughout the contest.
Matt Gonzalez actually trying to win it for Australia, but penalty Samoa. They go quickly. Scanlon to Sione. Sione on a sharp line. Whereas Afasua. Here's Paul Scanlon, missed 4 games with a ban. So pretty fresh legs, relatively speaking. It's been spilt by Maliko. And a chance for Australia to counter-attack here. Here's Corey Toole. Corey Toole, their leading try scorer on the series, flings it back in field. Somehow stayed in field, and it has gone forward off an Australian hand. It'll be a Samoan feed to the scrum. Cracking start, Rob Vickerman.
Oh, brilliant start. We've seen already how these 2 teams are going to test it. The second all-Southern Hemisphere semi-final. And there's a stat the Australians will be enjoying. Currently on a 7-game win streak against Samoa. 10 years since Samoa have made a semi-final here in London, but as you alluded to earlier, Rupert, their success was thick and fast back in the day. Spoke to Brian Lima, and he was talking about getting rid of the errors. That's the thing that's curtailing Samoan performance, but saying that, they're in a semi-final, so they're doing all right.
Yeah, first cup semi-final since Adelaide. Not Adelaide Sevens in Australia in 2010. Samoa, every time they got into the 22 in their quarter-final, they scored points. They were lethal against Spain, but here they are. Different kettle of fish against Australia. Sione does well to stay in field there. Australia win the penalty. Good work on the floor from Lawson. Gonzalez, Dowling to Roach. Hitch kick. He's got Corey Toole on the cut, who gets through one with the dummy chest pass. Gonzalez does well to get that away from the breakdown area. Here's the captain Malouf to Henry Patterson, who scored 2 tries for Australia in that quarter-final. Looks for the offload, can't get the ball away to Lawson, but still alive. Malouf just had a sneak down the short side, and his big left toe hit the whitewash.
Well, I've seen a few of these come off today, haven't we? Sneaking down that blind side. Inches of space. Malouf with the size 10s just touching the line.
Can you step back? Can you step back? Can you get your
Not a
guys to
bad
step
idea when there's big contest around the breakdown. No one thinks about that little sneaky side. Someone's got to account for it. And how about that, Australian fans? We move to first place if they win the title. Talk about double down.
Incredible turnaround of events on the series race. We weren't really talking about Australia going top of the standings at the start of the weekend. It was more between South Africa and Argentina, but the series just continues to surprise. That ball's gone over the sideline as well. Quick throw in from Sione, trying to catch the Australians napping here. Scanlon, a couple of steps from him. And the short ball to Maliko. He's lost the handle. Chance for Australia in transition here. Patterson, put down by Afasua. Advantage Aussie Sevens. Dowling. Matt Gonzalez. Dietrich Roach. That angled run for Corey Toole. He won't need him because the Samoan defence turned the shoulder. They drifted wide. They were all watching Corey Toole. Dietrich Roach had other ideas.
Roach bagging a try. I haven't mentioned his name a huge amount this week compared to others, but that's a lovely bit of deception. That little show kicks on. The threat of Toole omnipresent for this Australian team, and they use that wisely. The Samoan defenders accounting for him, and Roach takes the gap.
Scored the winning try in a schoolboys rugby league final, did Dietrich Roach. Show something of a code convert. He is the leading point scorer on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Terry Kennedy, leading try scorer, just in behind.
Just as well he can't kick.
Yeah, extraordinary amount of points without kicking goals for Terry Kennedy. Almost hitting 50 tries. So Australia strike first in the second of the Men's Cup semi-finals. Roach, left foot, just dinks it. Turner's out there. As for a little guy, Josh Turner, he really does get himself about in all parts of the game. He's Lawson to Patterson. Those two have been working really well together. Tall timber for Australia. They've got another decision of mounting against Samoa here. We've seen this in some games with a rush of penalties against the particular side. Here is Josh Turner. Malouf missed a couple of events on the series this year when he got married.
So went backwards, he played it off the hand.
John Manetti, thrilled to have him back in the setup though. He's so crucial. No Henry Hutchison available for Australia, of course, this weekend. He's got an injury, so one of their big minute players, 14-minute player for Australia. Here's Turner again. Steps off his right foot and inside ball to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez will burst through for Australia. Another new recruit for the Aussie Sevens, has their second in the Cup semi-final.
Another one of these impressive young men that have come into this gold jersey and took it forward. Turner wears a massive shot from Scanlon, but the gap that's created means that it's Gonzalez who steps up. This Australian team from 1 to 13, shining bright.
Roach to make it 2 maximum scores. No problem from that kind of range. So Matt Gonzalez played for the Greater Sydney Rams. NRC in Australia. Scotland to 14-0. Samoa haven't had much of an opportunity in Australian territory. Meagre possession as well. Haven't been in the Australian 22 yet. Mentioned in the quarter-final, every time they got there, 6 times they scored points. Pretty tough to have a good success ratio when you can't get there. Maliko's dropped the ball again. That is very unusual.
Well, those words ring in the ears again from Brian Lima. We have to get rid of those errors. They're the things that are killing Samoa. Very much the case in this game. Couple of penalties against them as well. uncompromising, undoubtedly, when they're flying, but just giving the ball away all too cheaply. 3 times in a half of a game where you're lucky if you have more than 10 possessions.
Changes for Australia. John Manetti's done this very well this weekend. Gonzalez, the try scorer, comes off, and
Make sure you get down, okay?
Comes on, who scored a crucial try.
Bind!
Earlier today we get into this stage. Dowling, long left to right ball to Dietrich Roach. Then he's on the loop. Roach decides to hold on. Does well to recycle the ball. Dowling, Patterson, overlap created. Oh, Henry Patterson! Cheeky feet for a big man. Yeah, he enjoyed that one. That's number 3 in the Cup semi.
Too right, he enjoyed that one. You know, his sidestep's decent, but the defender falls over, yet alone 2 of them. Scanlon inside out, Matavau over the top of him. He's getting ready for the collision, going backwards. It's almost like some sort of wizardry. The Jedi Force is strong. Patterson really has lifted the aggression this Aussie team.
That extra 2 doesn't make it, but a fine first half from the Aussie Sevens. They lead Samoa 19-0 at the break. Seen plenty of comebacks this weekend, Rob Vickerman, from this kind of scoreline. Have Samoa got it in them?
Well, that's the big question. 71% of their points previously were from that second half. They know they've got it in them, which suggests they're fit, they're good to go, but the way this Australian team have manhandled them in this first half, that's the concern. They've given away errors, no doubt reiterated by Lehman. Let's hear what John Manetti's saying.
Big 7 minutes. Aussie on 3. 1, 2, 3. Aussie. Come on, let's go. Put him in bed, boys. Go hard, Aussie. Go hard.
Twickenham in the sunshine, deep into finals day. 2022 HSBC London Sevens. Australia leading Samoa 19-0. 3 tries to the good in the Cup semi-final. The prize, a date with the All Black Sevens in the gold medal match. Later on, Matavau gets us back underway, kicks high for Samoa. They need to find something, but look at Dowling, lifted high and then sets off to the races. Here's Patterson, brilliant individual score from him in that first half. Not much has gone wrong for Australia in this match so far. Lawson over the head of the referee. That was a difficult ball to take. The Patterson, long bottom, Dowling again, Maloof.
The Aussie just targeting what's known as that 1-2 column. They're spreading the defence, trying to attack the seams, but the Samoan defence is resolute presently.
Seen plenty of comebacks today, not least from Australia. In their quarter-final against South Africa. Rolling on the floor is Nathan Lawson, so Samoa get the penalty. Here they come. Maliko. Scanlon. On Osai. Lays it back for Scanlon again. Not going to panic here, Samoa. Wane Sione under the attentions of Dowling. There's the offload to Afasua. It's gone forward.
Advantage.
Australia
Advantage
will try and catch this dog-leg Samoan defence now. Patterson gets the ball away to Roach. He flicks it across, playing the advantage here. They can take the risk. Here's Turner. Turner changes direction. Maloof, it could be on for Australia on the far side. Long bottom. He fixes the defender. Runs into Afasua, a much larger gentleman, and decides to seek salvage on the floor. Roach. Australia just playing keep ball here. Scoreboard's on their side. Lawson. Late call up to the Olympic Games squad for Australia because this guy, Henry Patterson, got injured just before it. Great to see him playing together here, and here's Patterson again. What a finals day run he's having here, although there's a penalty to Samoa. They'll try and catch Australia napping now. Matavao offloads the ball, it's loose. Sione gets through the tackle. Uaina Sione, dream teamer in Toulouse, will throw Samoa a lifeline here.
Well, it's all about those decisions made on the floor. Longbottom just overshot. The offload was on for him, but didn't get to him. And that meant a penalty given. Samoa finally getting some ball in Australian territory. And Monetti said at half-time, Samoa are going to come at you. The next score is crucial. They came at them, and the next score is Samoa.
Matavao adds the extra 2, that'll be crucial. 19-7, 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes from a cup final. Samoa had the ball back. Here you go, the shift in momentum. We so often see it. Scanlon sees some space in behind. Brilliantly gets on the outside of Toole. Toole gets back, it's alive for anyone. Toole now, they're playing soccer out there. Here goes Corey Toole. He chips forward. It sits up for him. Helter-skelter at Twickenham. And Corey Toole, who could sniff out a try like a junkyard dog, has another one.
Well, the Champions League last night didn't do much for you. How about this? Chips it, hacks on, gets the bounce. This is what pace does to any game of sevens, opens things up. You see many things here at Twickenham you don't often see. Truly rugby football union. Corey Toole is checking every single box in the attributes needed for sevens rugby.
Wow, look at that. Tries in a series, 38. Here's closing in on the great Peter Miller for Australia. Well, that season record, Josh Turner, brilliant off the restart. As you can see, he's not a tall man, but so athletic. Van Maar is off the bench for Australia.
First man was slow
and
to
they've
release.
got the decision as well. 26-7 now. Just over 2 minutes to go. In control. A couple of silver medals for Australia in the series so far. They're going to have a chance if they can hold on here to play for gold. The men in green and gold. Longbottom, that was nice. And he gets the ball away. Maurice Longbottom. Lawson gets the handoff inside. Opatai gets in the passing lane. Might have worked out for Australia as well, this. Is that Ben Maar with the lucky break?
Well, Rugby IQ says that's play on
What
try.
has happened is blue have gone to ground, and then orange player who's on the floor and out the game has ripped it into in goal. But we'll just check if it's a try, yes or no.
Let's take a look. James McPhail,
Jimmy,
the
check the try,
CMO.
yes or no, please, and checking the restart.
So Lawson carries,
We'll have a look.
slapped back by Samoa, moved on the floor, suggesting it might be a knock-on. I'd say if he's in control of it, well, it doesn't look great.
Do you remember the Australian short course speed skater that won the gold medal at the Winter Olympics when everyone else fell over? Bradbury. Reminds me a bit of that.
This is niche rugby law here. Niche.
Australia knock the ball forward, moving the ball into one goal, so restart
So do the
with
codes.
a scrum for blue, 5 meters.
You're in control
5
of the ball.
metre scrum,
You
blue
can
ball,
rip
yeah?
it.
Correct.
No try.
Oh, he's not going to give it.
Knock on by
Okay.
Australia.
26-7,
Scrum,
knock on.
blue.
Ben Maar, first grade captain at Warringah Rugby Club.
Over to the mark, lads. Over
Just
to
his
the mark.
fourth event for the Aussie Sevens. Done a really good job, John Minetti, of recruiting talented players from the club rugby system.
Like they've gone back to that being dogged. You know, Australia, like they used to be on the real edge
Stay behind the ball.
of aggression, and this could be their outcome from here. They're going to attack it hard.
Palaniko, Opetai, Dixon goes a long way from home, just a minute 20 to go. They've got a penalty. They're going to have to be real quick here, Samoa. They can't afford to slow this down.
Nah, I think the Aussies know that. They can give away penalties gladly here. Toe the line, run the risk. Just a minute left. 19 points too much.
Maliko again hasn't gone his way. Toole can't make the tackle on Owen Nue. And he will sprint away for Samoa. 50 seconds to go. Kick it quick, get the ball back. Not impossible, highly unlikely.
All for keeping this storyline open. This is what Samoa are about. Powerful run in second half is their game. They score an inordinate amount of points in positions just like this, but you feel as though if an extra minute on the clock, there'd be a chance.
Now got it back, Samoa. 25 seconds to go. They're 12 points, 2 scores behind, so they need to score before we get to 0. But Australia have the penalty. Samoan players leaving their feet, and that should be that for the Aussie Sevens on their way to a cup final.
And how exciting is the prospect of yet another Australia-New Zealand ding-dong.
Longbottom kicks it into the West Stand here at Twickenham. The green and gold will play for gold against the All Black Sevens. Australia have beaten Samoa in the Cup semi-final by 26 points to 14.